Hello, hello. Let's just want to get the links out and edit something. Sorry, let me get the title right. Sorry. Hey Rex, just let me get the links out. Let me refresh the stream page. All right. All right. I think that's good. Anybody else here? But today, I'm just going to wait a few minutes for some people to get in. Should be shortly, or I guess because what else are we going to do? Just somebody respond so I know there's at least somebody watching. I know there are a few, but I'm lonely. Besides, most of the important stuff I want to talk about with the new Stellaris DLC is gonna be very soon, so I don't want people to have to miss it. All right. I think I've waited enough. How's everyone doing? But today, we are streaming Stellaris, which is my favorite Paradox game. I'll get into why in a little bit. Yeah, or I'll get into it in a minute. Because today is also the day they release their newest DLC update. Because Paradox games do not have updates; they have DLC. And it's one of the worst things about the company, because I like a lot of their games, but I hate they probably have some of the worst DLC, not microtransactions, it's kind of medium transactions where you get some content updates. But I suppose if since given how many hours you play these games, I think in the end it's worth it. But man, having to pay over $150 for the full game is the only way I think it's acceptable is that it feels like when your dad buys a train set where you don't buy the whole giant town at once. You buy the train set, which is super expensive, and then you buy like a building every several months or so. But yeah, this is the new Stellaris update, which is Federations, the Verne update 2.60. And this gives a huge amount of updates to diplomacy and a few other things. The one I'm most excited about is called Origins, but we'll get into it because I've cooked up a new civilization species that I think is going to be really fun. Because normally I play as a new Holy Roman Empire, but this time we are going to play as the Pantheran Pirates. So, if you don't know anything about Stellaris, it's a grand strategy game set in space starting in 2200, where you can create or choose from a pre-existing list of spacefaring civilizations who have just discovered faster-than-light travel, and you can... And you basically expand your empire even... Oh no, the furries? Oh, come on, this is fun. We're a bunch of cat people. We're cat pirates. And you'll do it by expanding your economy, researching technology, conquering other planets. And the thing I really like is this game has a whole bunch, especially with all the story pack DLC, it turns the game... It's not unlike EU4 or Hearts of Iron or Crusader Kings. This game has a lot of, well, I guess more so than, say, Hearts of Iron. This game, I think, by far has the most RPG elements, and I really love that, the idea of a strategy game mixed with an RPG, because there's so much room for, like, role-playing of, like, oh, this is what kind of empire I want to build. This is kind of the story I'm building for myself. And it's really fun. And it's also pretty good if you're just starting out. If you're new to grand strategy games. I also like it because it feels a lot more free, but let's get into it. But so I cooked up the Pantheran Pirates. We are a bandit kingdom. We are imperial, so we are a monarchy succession, so we have an heir to the throne. We are barbaric despoilers, meaning this society holds few things sacred. To fight is to live, and the strongest may seize whatever they covet. And it means that we can't form migration treaties, so we can't have open borders, immigration with other countries. We can't form, but we can join federations, which is the big part of the update. Other than martial alliances or hegemonies, we have the despoilation caucus belly on everybody else, which means we have the raiding bombardment stance, which means when we're bombarding an enemy planet, we can also abduct population from them and resettle them, and most other countries don't like us. Our other trait is we have a warrior culture. This society has developed into a hardy warrior culture. Martial prowess is valued above all else, and true glory... hold on. Most martial prowess is valued above all else, and true glory can only be found on the battlefield. And instead of entertainer jobs, we have duelist jobs, and duelists play Yu-Gi-Oh! No, they turn alloys into unity, which I'm not actually a fan of, but this is kind of thing is you could just like do a complete min-max strategy for what you want, but it's also I think it's also fun just to play around with, like, this is what kind of culture this will be. We're warrior pirates. We have extra... Oh, wow, actually, that's pretty good. We can duelists turn alloys into naval capacity, which means we can have a bigger navy. We're authoritarian, and we're fanatic militarists. And our species, we are a nomadic, so it's much easier to immigrate, and it's easier to resettle, and we're strong. So we give a few more resources, and we have extra army damage, which isn't that... The resource output's more important to me, but... This is the little story I cooked up. I wrote this. The early history of the Pantheran race has mostly devolved into legend. However, what is known is that their original home was a lush jungle planet, Juingle planet, home to a far more advanced race, and a great calamity led to their extinction and the relocation of the upstart Pantheran to what is likely one of the Forerunners' creations, a great ring around a nearby star. Though most of the ring has fallen into disrepair, the Pantheran have made it their home and organized themselves into a great kingdom of pirates. For what greater purpose is there in the universe than to pillage and fight? A galaxy of treasure awaits. So, let us start. And we're just starting on normal, a little longer. We're not going to finish the game, certainly, not today. But I like to have a little extra habitable worlds, and I really like primitive civilizations, so they're rare enough that even at 1.5 it's not too bad. Medium start, all blah blah blah. But yes, Rex said, can you do demographic warfare? Absolutely. It depends on the empire you're playing. Because you have... I'll show you. This is just the origin thing. Because that's one of the big... Actually, I want to just... I want to showcase the other starts. Sorry. Let's edit just so we can show you the origins. Because this is a huge change. It shows kind of what type of start you have. And they showed the first is Prosperous Unification, which is basically just the normal standard. So you start out, instead of 20 pops, you have 24 and 2 additional districts. Mechanist, you've been always in love with the idea of machines since the early Steam Age. So you start out with 5 robot pops, and you have to be some degree of materialist. Syncretic Evolution means that you start out with basically a slave race that does whatever you want. Life-seeded is you start on a Gaia world, which is is a massive size. And Gaia worlds have such a high habitability; they're really good. Post-apocalyptic is the opposite. You start on a tomb world that was nuked, but you have extra lifespan and you have extra habitability on tomb worlds, and I think others. Remnants is you start out in a civilization that was once the heart of a massive interstellar empire, but you fell into collapse, and you start out on a relic world, which is basically like a ruined city planet. Shattered Ring, which is what we're starting on, is we start on a giant ring world in which only one part of the 4 sections around the sun are habitable, and then you can later fix it. Void Dwellers is we start out on an orbital station. Scion is we start out as a vassal of a fallen empire. Fallen empires are cool in that they start out and they're mostly docile, but they're very, very powerful and advanced throughout most of the game. But you start out as a vassal being protected by them. Galactic Doorstep is you start out with a dormant gateway in your home system. Life's Tree of Life is if you're a hive mind, you have a symbiotic relationship with a vast tree. The tree grants many benefits, but its loss would cripple them. You get a bunch of bonuses from this giant tree, and you can plant saplings on other planets. On the Shoulders of Giants, due to some unknown past, this civilization has a hidden boon within their solar system placed by a mysterious benefactor, so there's extra archaeological sites. Calamitous Birth, that's if you're playing as lithoids, so rock creatures. You basically arrive there on a meteorite. Resource consolidations, if you're machine intelligence, you consolidated all the resources in your system to the capital world. Common Ground, you start out with immediate alien neighbors, and you start out with an early federation. Then, different from that is the Hegemon, which is similar, but the difference is you're not on equal footing, you're the head of this. Doomsday is like a hard mode where in 35 to 45 years your home planet will explode, and you don't start out with any habitable planets right next to you. Lost Colony is you're a lost colony of another advanced civilization, and you can go and find them. But anyway, sorry about that, but yes, to answer your question, Rex, you can start out with demographic warfare. The way it works is you can basically just obliterate pops by bombarding them, enslaving them, and exterminating them via purging. Though, unless you're xenophobic, if you're not xenophobic and not xenophilic, you can just, kick them out of your country and deport them all, and they have to settle elsewhere. If you're xenophilic, you can't do that at all. If you're xenophobic, you have a number of different ways of doing this. So, I can show you this. Purge type, I can't show you right now, but because it's our they're our dominant main species, but you can basically geld them all and they can't reproduce anymore. You can just exterminate them, just straight up just kill them all. You can turn them into food, which I think is really funny. Or you can, I think, just turn them into thralls or whatever. And we're probably going to have some slaves if we find other races. I love finding primitive civilizations, and you get to perform an alien invasion on them, and it's real easy, and you get a bunch of free pops. Alright, so let's check out the starting civilization techs. Alright, this doesn't look too bad. We're going to start out with 0 G laboratories, increase our... No, wait, let's do blue laser. I always like doing military stuff. Standardized corvette patterns, because that's our earliest warship. And for this... since we're very limited on our farming, because we only live in a ring world, I think it'd be best if we start out with hydroponics, so we can create an extra farm building and a farms on our starbase. So the next big thing we need to do is figure out where we are. Okay, so this is where we start out. Not too bad. I just hope we're not backed into a corner, like this doesn't extend here, but I don't like being trapped. But a bunch of plants nearby. Just let me adjust the wires a bit. Alright, let's build us a science ship. I think it's usually good to build at least 1 or 2 science ships right off the bat so you can explore as much as you can, because you want to be able to... I think it's always good to get to choke points on the hyperlanes as early as possible. Ooh, a nebula. Nebulas are cool. They block outside information from being able to see into your system, so that's pretty interesting. Alright. Let's explore. Maybe this might not be the best stream game, but I know I love this game, and I do know a bit about it, so I can provide some commentary. Alright, we're already building. Set it to fast. Let's start with our this and build a mining station. Oh, I guess they changed that. You don't. You start out. I guess you start out with more of your home system being having stations on it. And we have a new heir to the throne. Is Princess. We're currently led by War Lady Seribi Serim with Princess Oroi. Alright. Agenda Native Privilege. That's your leaders, that's what they want you to do. That's what their, that's what the current agenda is. Ours is happiness and, oh, that's pretty good. That's actually really good for the early game explorer. That's good. And then can we hire a... No, nuts. We don't have any... Well, we can just choose one of these. Because it's kind of a waste if the your scientist has a trait that you want on your ship, if the only ones available have traits that are for research. But you can just choose one. So this one's adaptable, which is just generally good jack of all trades. Better actually for exploring because you'll get more experience exploring. And again, and experience gets you more traits and lets you do stuff faster. And we'll just have to wait so you can get Mickey B. Donag.
Construction complete.
Oh, nice. Double planet. And it's oh well, one of them is a tomb world, but yep. You generally start out where you have in the immediately next star system, or almost immediately, you'll have a planet that's based on your species preference. But so that's good. You can ask any questions about it too. Why do we not have any? Oh, it must be because of our starting. We do not have any. Oh, this is a difficult one. We can't build anything right now. We're definitely gonna have to settle early on. All right. No, we're just not gonna have a research person yet.
System survey complete.
This is different. All right, we'll start out with a challenge. Remnants. Hey, look, another planet. All right. It's an uphill fight, but hey, there's some good energy credits nearby. Ooh, mysterious ruins on Folkel 1. We got some engineering research. That's good. You want me to turn the music on? Because I think I'd like to turn the music on. Oh wait, I just have the music volume turned down. It won't be that loud, but because music in this game is pretty good. But yeah, I really love this game, as you can probably tell. Again, I really like the RPG elements of me thinking, okay, how would our empire act?
System survey complete.
The thing I don't like is that there should be an event that triggers really soon. Once you discover there's life outside of your own system, a habitable world survey pop-up should occur, and you'll be able to figure out, like, oh, here's a and it lets you like explore, and once you discover 6 habitable planets, you'll get a big bonus. And it should occur in the first few years, but it can take a while. But we've already discovered a few, so we don't get that. Another habitable planet. All right, that's good. We'll have a bunch of planets to settle on because we'll need them. So I want to settle on Folkel 1 as soon as possible. It doesn't have that many energy districts, because the game operates on districts. Ooh, we don't have that many either. Well, we'll just have to maximize it. And here's our first tradition. Expansion or discovery is always really good for your first tradition. I almost always do expansion because that helps you because reduced starbase influence cost and upkeep is really good in the beginning. Though survey speed and anomaly, that's just speeding up your research, which I want to be able to expand the most first. Music is beautiful in this game. So yeah, anybody got questions? This is a perfect time for Q&A.
Anomaly found.
Here we go. We're Habitable World Survey. Manual Initiative.
Situation log update.
And here's our first anomaly, which is you'll research stuff and might get extra stuff from it. Sorry, that's super fake. Once you find an anomaly, you can have your scientists research it, and it'll usually be something good. Like, oh, and it'll lead to like a mission where, all right, your scientists then research this. What is it? It's not an anomaly. It's a project, and you'll get like extra bonuses, or it might increase like the yields on in the system.
System survey
complete. You know what? I'm gonna change what my advisor sounds like, because normally it's based on what your kind of government type is. So since we're hyper militaristic, it sounds like this.
Only in battle can the true metal of any sentient organism be measured.
But you can change it to anything you want. And the one I find the most sexy, nice, is the diplomat.
Knowledge, discovery, compassion, integrity, and hot tea.
Perfect. And it's just a nice little touch. You can change it at any time. Oh my god, another one.
Construction completed.
Alright, we're gonna colonize this planet. Wonder, what should we call it? What should we call our new planet? Sorry, I just got a new keyboard. I gotta get my fingers adjusted to the new layout. Great Fang, we could call it, could we call it Grandpa? What's a good, like, cat-based name? Whisker Prime. Yes, that sounds freaking great. Whisker Prime. Yeah. In a way, though, in this game, diversity is a strength in the sense that, oh, leader gain a level. That, like, say you, you want a planet that, or say that, like, your species, that you find another species that's really good, suited to desert environments, but you're suited to, like, wet environments like ours is. And, like, you have a bunch of desert planets nearby, and you want somebody to work there, because what happens is with habitability, if your planets are less habitable, for your species, it increases the consumer goods cost, which is really hard to manage. So it can be good to have a species that's more suited to that environment. Though I remember in one game I was playing as the Holy Roman Empire, we found we were surrounded by a bunch of tomb worlds, but we found a species that was suited to tomb worlds, and we enslaved them, and we kept having slave riots. But it just ended up being really fun. Only in this game are slave riots something you look forward to, because it's like gives you something else to do.
We have detected an anomaly.
All right, we got some good planets coming, starting out here. The only problem is that they're not. Well, we don't have good planets. We have a bunch of them, but asteroid collision. Ooh, extra minerals. All right. But yeah, chat's very sparse. Please talk to me. Please clap. So I guess you need motes and other rare materials that you don't get until later in the game, in order to build on a ring world. All right. It kind of makes sense. But oh, this gives you extra research instead of just okay, cool. So you get. It's way more expensive, but they give a lot more output. Alright. Like, this gives extra industry? Okay, that's really cool.
System survey concluded.
Oh, no, it's a weak magnetic field. Okay, now we can recruit another scientist. Alright, Mickey B. Donag. Mickey B. And then there's trade, which trade is always good, because that gives you extra money, or you can transfer into extra consumer goods. An alien mural. See, this is like, I like the writing. I love like reading this stuff. While conducting surface scans of Thrad 9A, science officer Tiki Dakara and the crew of the PRS, I stand for Pantheran Royal Ship Dodana, discovered what appears to be an artificially carved slab of rock covered in alien writing. They have not detected any other signs of alien activity on the moon. However, this is and exactly how this came to be here is a mystery. We have prepared a special project to translate the text. So that's an extra project. We'll wait until a little bit later to do that, because I tend to just get all the planets I want to survey start, so we have kind of a base empire size, and then go back with my science ships, which should be much better equipped at researching because they've leveled up, and then go back and do that. Our colony ship has found a rare patch of open ground in the jungles of Whisker Prime and made planetfall. The landing site is surrounded on all sides by lush vegetation, and sentry drones have been deployed to guard against predators. Should just be our own species because we're super strong cat people. The ship has been permanently quarantined into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefabricated shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. The first Pantheran city on an alien world. Nice. So now we gotta wait for the colonists to fully settle the planet. But once it does, we should be good. So I guess in my own roleplay, this was our original planet, but it's been so long. But I mentioned before what choke points are. That's this. So as you can see, all the hyperlanes. This is right now until the late game. You can't. Let's get new colonization fever. Late game technologies allow you to travel between stars regardless of whether or not you have a hyperlane link. But for most part right now, you can only travel through hyperlanes. And a choke point is is like this right here, where it has access to all of these. So if another empire wanted to block us off, they would want here. But if we take it, that's better for us. So I like to get to those first and then just build outposts on them, and then go back and link the whole rest of the empire up. Alright, what should we build? Holotheaters. I don't think we want holotheaters yet. Let's get some more alloy. Or... We don't really need consumer goods quite yet. We want more money. We need more money, but it doesn't seem like any of these give us cash quite yet. Let's build we'll usually have plenty of minerals, so let's build alloy foundry. You know, that gives us an upkeep. Another big aside from upgrading the from updating the federations to give you lots of different types of federations, this update also has the galactic community. So basically, once enough alien species meet with each other, the galactic community starts, and I guess you have the freedom to join it or not, to join the Space UN or not. But I just think I want to join it just because I think it'd be hilarious to have a pirate kingdom being represented at the UN. And there is genuine benefits to being part of it. The problem is that you start losing a lot of your own nation's independence. A small aerostat colony was found floating just above the atmosphere of Dangal 4. It appears to have been self-sufficient, and the remains of several different species were found on board. As best we can tell, the colony was some sort of social experiment conducted centuries ago, ultimately ended with the colonists massacring each other. They've downloaded all of the data found in the colony's limited databanks. Get extra research. So, in addition to... So there's the actual research outputs that you'll get that will increase your research speed. There's also when you build research labs, do the same thing. But also in a lot of missions, you'll just get kind of a raw number that can help fill it out. Sorry, I think I have a stuffy nose. I don't have the virus. I do not have the virus. My parents both have to have the regular cold. I don't have the virus. Please don't shoot me. It's not that funny, sorry. Hope everyone's doing okay in the quarantine, though. Ooh, great. Very early on, we discovered rare crystals. These crystals have properties that make them extremely effective at focusing laser beams. They're also a critical component in most advanced electronics. In addition, many cultures treasure them as decorations and adornments. While we do not yet possess the means to extract the resource, we should seriously considering establishing control over the system for future exploitation. Yeah, you have to research certain technologies to get this, the rare materials. But thankfully we have one of these nearby, and we really need it if we want to expand on the ring. Alright, what else should we... I think we should build a holo theater. Since we just got a bunch of... we have new allies, this will help us out. And we'll get some extra money now, since we're building another... Because you can see we're now starting to lose energy credits, which I'm not happy about, but this will help out a lot. And once Whisker Prime is colonized, I'm really happy with that joke. I don't care. I think it's cute. I hope we meet a new race soon. But in this game, you can essentially play as everything from the Federation, from Star Trek, to the Imperium of Man. Alright, good. We got some extra... And, hey, another...
Anomalous readings registered.
Because in addition to using up alloys, you also have influence that you get. Yeah, Alfaris20 says, credits and consumer goods are always annoying to manage. Yeah, I always find that I have huge amounts of food and minerals, but always I'm trying to get never enough alloys, but I'm never losing it, and never enough money and consumer goods. It does make it very, very weird. The idea that like okay, so my jungle cats are like, say they're on a, though I'm trying to contextualize how consumer goods like correlates to why planet being less habitable or more hostile to your race means like it increasing consumer goods. Was it like if your race is used to cold climates, you just have to buy more fans and air conditioners? I'm like, you know, that might be right. Like since oh crap, I wanted to get less influence. Oh well. You get new traditions pretty fast in the early game. I guess, like, if we want to settle on a desert planet, we're going to need, like, a lot of humidifiers, because we're from a dense tropical jungle planet. I wish they would add, like, forest planet, too. I really love, like, space music like this. Something just, like, kind of beautiful and calming about it. Oh, that's nice. That is really good. Oh, and that's the I'm more excited about the credits. The measured pounding observed from orbit is not two giant aliens going at it, but something more useful but less interesting. Observed from orbit is the motion of an immense and ancient geothermal extractors breathing their last. Built and then abandoned at some point, but in the distant past, the vast batteries of disintegrating machinery have been pumping up superheated fluids from the planet's core ever since. Their storage capacitors are all broken or leaking, but some energy can still be siphoned from them. So we get extra three extra energy research and 764 credits, which is really nice early game. This is good. This is very good. But yeah, in the early game, you really have to manage your influence, because I want to build a starbase right here or right here before I meet anybody else, so I can have it. But unfortunately, you have to wait. How do they handle gravity? Well, actually, they do have, in certain planets, if they have, because imagine bigger planets, they can just say, well, the planet's much bigger than, say, Earth, but the gravity is less dense, or vice versa. But there are planets where they have it'll say either low or high gravity. On high gravity, I think you get extra minerals, but they're both less habitable, but, like, you'll also get a small benefit if it's a lower high gravity world. You don't have traits on every planet, though. Like on this one,
System survey concluded.
Oh, this one has a strong magnetic field, which is good, and titanic life. So there's massive giant creatures that, in some ways, here's a spoiler, you can, if you do a project, you can actually tame them. So basically, you can have soldiers go into battle riding dinosaurs, and that's awesome. I love that. That's again one of the beautiful parts of this game. Oh, come on. I want another wet world. We need a water world.
Construction completed. System survey concluded.
All right. I wonder where we should build our first Ooh, first. Oh, cool. That's a station. So there'll be like stations of either artists or like archivists and like traders that have their own species or have their own stations, and it's really good if you can build a base around them, because they can give a lot of benefits. So let's research that. That just pauses our research of society for a while until it's done. All right, where else should we start? Yeah, we're gonna really have to pump up production of consumer goods once we're done. Okay, now we can build a bunch of generators, because we're gonna need to get a whole bunch. Oh, who am I? Oh, No Man's Land's one. Hey, Fritz. Just got here. What are you playing as? I am playing as a custom race, the Pantheran Pirates. We are a bandit kingdom. We're super fanatic, militarist, authoritarian, barbaric spoilers, warrior culture, and our species is nomadic and strong. So we're a pirate kingdom. And we started out on a ring world. I think this is a pretty good start. Again, I just wish that there's a whole bunch of planets we can settle on. So there's our home planet, the one we just settled, 3. First tech. Alright, I think we could use some more minerals, and we're already researching a new weapon, so let's get more minerals. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planets right in our backyard, which is really good, except for only one of them is habitable enough. But this one has an extra 5% because it has an atmospheric aphrodisiac. Something in the air of this planet seems to put people in the mood to reproduce. That's pretty hot, but makes governing ethics attraction, so it makes us a little more liberal, I guess. And we just established ourselves with the Rigan Commerce Exchange. I speak on behalf of the Rigan Commerce Exchange. We have facilitated trade negotiations between interested parties on our station in the Tau Ceti system for more than 1,000 of your years. If you happen to possess more resources than you need, we are more than willing to take it off your hand. You'll be duly compensated, of course. That's really good because we have certain shortages. Am I using any mods? No. I don't like the idea of... I don't want to use any, like, I want to play because I eventually want to make a video on this game. I know I keep saying I'm gonna make a video, but I really do. And I want to play the game the way they meant it. The only mod, and I think it's got more than enough content in the vanilla. I might just get some like, aesthetic mods.
We have detected an anomaly.
Hey, another strategic resource. Zero. It's an extremely rare aerosol of exotic particles that appear to have been deposited through a meteor impact, but its true origin is mystery. If ingested by psionically gifted individuals, it can be of a... Okay, so yeah, this is always something with aliens, is psionics, but okay. We actually already have some. I don't remember how we got it, but we have a... And we're generating... Oh, I think it's because of our... Ring world, is it? Huh. I guess so. Let's decrease starbase cost. And let's just take the hit of wasting time so we can get it for cheaper.
Anomalous readings
Registered. Shattered world. We have discovered, among the debris, we have discovered the shattered remains of a formerly habitable planet. The patterns and fragmentation and charring on the shards suggest it was blasted with concentrated beams of thermal energy until it cracked from the pressure. This allowed for the mineral-rich core to spill out and solidify into clumps of high-quality minerals. Is the sound okay, or is the music too loud? Because I can turn that down if you need me to. Upliftable species found. Ooh! The dominant species on Baldur 2A exhibit unusual intelligence. Science Officer Tan Bukorob of the PRS Dubris is convinced that these creatures' evolution can be accelerated by applying the right technology. So in addition to maybe there being native civilizations, there could also be, if they're human-looking... Nope, they're reptilians. There can also be pre-sapient species which can be turned into useful pops, but you have to get the uplift technology, which isn't quite as light game as I thought it would be. Alright, let's get some more money. So we're definitely building a very vertical or ARM-based empire, it seems. Not my favorite, but oh well. Normally I like to just kind of start and restart until I get a thing that I like, but I won't do that. And we started out pretty good, I'd say. Let's actually get over here because I want to start building. Oh, also there's plenty of energy over there. All right.
Anomalous readings registered.
The doorway. What can only be described as a dimensional portal has been discovered in a remote location on Whisker Prime. Weather prediction algorithms have noticed a strange air current, what was eventually determined to be caused by a slight leakage of atmosphere into the portal. The rate of loss is far too small for it to make any difference to life on Whisker Prime, but the very existence of this portal raises some disturbing questions, such as where does it lead to, and could something come through the portal on the other side? All right, I've done this before, and apparently what that leads to is to an alternate dimension where there is a parallel version of your empire that you can start trading with, but they have to deal with all these giant nightmare creatures. So that's cool. I've never actually beaten this game, but I've gotten pretty far in. But I know most of like what the early stuff is. My biggest problem with this game though is the tech system. Why on earth do they not let you choose whatever technology you want so long as you have the prerequisites? Like, these types of games are supposed to be all about freedom, of being able to design your empire the way you want. So it's like, all right, I want to just focus on military. Why do I only have it like? And there's a few texts that are specifically about like they expand how many instead of only having 3 alternate technologies, you can choose 4. But like, why limit it at all? There's no good reason. That's my biggest problem with the game for me. Alright, that'll be a good choke point. Ooh, Ancient Life Pod. And it seems like they added a whole bunch of new little art. I really like that. Yeah, No Man's Land, it is like Victoria, where it's a raffle. Don't worry, they'll get a tech overhaul in 3 to 5 years. Yeah, well, no, then we'll get Stellaris 2, Electric Boogaloo. Alright, nice. Off-world trading, because I really like building off-world trade companies, because that gets extra money. Selected Foilians might be good on Whisker Prime, though, because we have Dense Jungle, but that's only one of them. Let's get this off-world trade company, because I want to build, when we start building, I'm wondering where we should build our first trade hub, because I want to be able to get at these trade nodes, right? These trade values here. Right here will be good, because then it's just 2 for each one. I think on this black hole, that'd be good. And tomorrow we'll be playing more Hollow Knight, though I'm really enjoying myself doing this. My Slaver Empire, not officially, but I will probably have few pops as slaves. We don't have the trait that makes it so that you have to have slaves or you get some downgrades. I don't remember what the benefits are. I think it's just extra output from slaves. But hey, you know what happens if you don't have slaves? That you also don't get a whole bunch of social problems. Like, the Romans figured out, hey, maybe having Italy comprised, or the southern United States comprised of a third of slaves is not actually a good idea in the end. Solar Sailor. They added a whole bunch of new artwork. That's really nice. I wish they had I wonder if they have like bigger versions of this, because almost any of these would work phenomenally as a wallpaper. We have discovered an abandoned solar sail ship. Say that 3 times fast. In orbit around Philomir 1A. The sublight vessel was built by an unknown culture and appears to be several thousand years old. One of the massive sails has a large tear where some kind of object has passed through, most likely a meteoroid, which appears to have disabled the vessel. Although the technology of the ship is severely outdated, it does possess some interesting engineering design choices, which gets some extra engineering research.
Knowledge is the key to the
Alright, let's build a trade outpost right here. What did we just research? Blue laser. And that works really well, because now we can get the capacity overload and energy grid, which is an extra building to help us with our energy shortage. Sonified Science. This is an interesting one. The PRS, I actually usually just skip these, so it's actually kind of refreshing to be able to read them out. The PRS Dodonna crew has succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the unusual pattern of interference in the Yanessa system. The signal is strong, a complex sonification of an advanced mathematical equation to be precise, and one that science officer Tiki Takara cannot seem to get out of their head. Who or what may have composed this song remains unknown, though its complexity infers an incredible level of technological sophistication regarding subspace harmonics. The signal's geodesics suggest a point of origin from outside our galaxy, so they basically made math into a song.
Construction completed.
Alright, that's a lot of energy. That'll be good.
System survey concluded.
Oh, we got our first faction founded. New faction has recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscapes of the Pantheran Pirates, led by scientist Tan Bakora. They call themselves the Citizen Elite Union. Their members have been pushing for extreme centralization of political and military power. Disgruntled faction will be a source of trouble, but one that approves of the government's actions can prove useful. And then we have one that's the Martial Order of Thorn. So these are our political factions. Even in an autocratic government like ours, you'll still have factions. And people will be... and they'll kind of push for certain ethics. Alright, this is a nice little grouping cluster here. But I want to explore these three systems first. Hopefully we're far enough away from other empires so we can expand without all that, without being too afraid. The other thing is I don't want to expand to another planet yet. Oh no! Shoot. That's a barbarian empire. They're really interesting. Because they're one of... unlike, and she was a good scientist too. Shoot. Oh, we'll build another one. What they do is, I can't remember what they're called. They're kind of like what our empire is. They're just like, but they're 3 systems big, and they're huge militaries. Or we can research it yet? We got our third faction. Alright. Anyways, they're, smaller empires. They're small 3-system empires that have, huge numbers of fleets, but they're too busy fighting each other that they won't affect you. Though occasionally they'll demand tribute. And it's usually best to give it to them until later in the game, but what this game does brilliantly is the idea of crises, usually in mid and late game, which really helps to offset the fact that a certain empire, usually yours, will grow to become way too powerful and a game gets boring, kind of like the end game of EU4. But this one, it'll have like super powerful empires from like outside the galaxy come in, or with these ones, these like barbarians, they're basically like the Mongols, and they can be unified under a Khan that will try and unite the galaxy under one empire. And you can either just become a vassal, which you have to give up some of your strength, or largely just be destroyed by them.
Completed.
Let's build another construction ship just so it's nearby. Because we got some money now. Well, I don't know why the thing didn't come up to show, hey, there's this barbarian empire. I can't remember what they're called. Warriors something? Outpost over there. Oh, we have a maximum amount of food, so let's sell that. Let's buy up some consumer goods just in case, because I want to build another. I want to settle another planet. Yeah, EU4 is fun in the beginning, but by the very mid to late game, it can get boring. So nice. Here, Stellaris fix that problem. It's a. I don't know if it's a perfect solution. Nothing is, obviously, but it's such a fun and creative way instead of just nerfing you. All right, this has extra habitability, so I think it should be good, and we can get some. Yeah, I think we'll do it. All right, what should we call this next planet? Rex said Hogni. That's probably some stupid Icelandic word that I don't know. Corona. No, we're not doing that. That's not. I don't think that's funny. Well, Whisker Prime. That's funny. It's the word for Tomcat. Okay, we could just call it Tomcat. It's a legit personal name. That's cool. All right, fine. We'll name. Well, there's an ice planet. If we colonize that, that's what we'll call it. There's a cold alpine planet. We'll call it when we colonize that one. We'll call this one Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. No, Whisker Prime. It's pretty woke. I don't get it. What do you mean by that? Persona 1? No. I just made that one up. Tomcat. That might be good. Alright, we'll call Tom... Thom Cat. I was thinking of Grandpa, but Tomcat might work fine. We'll call the Alpine world over here Hogni, though. And if we feel like it, we'll just call it another name. Because you can rename everything. Thing is, I kind of regret buying Hearts of Iron 4 because there's more freedom in Darkest Hour in the sense that you can just claim, I want, like, as Japan, when I conquer China... Let me turn the music volume down. Not that the... It's getting very bombastic. Not that the, It's like when I play as Japan in Darkest Hour, and I conquer China, I'm like, alright, I want these specific provinces as my own, then I'll give the rest to a puppet state. You can't do that in Hearts of Iron 4, and I don't like that. You can only do regions. You couldn't do it in Hearts of Iron 3 either, and I didn't like that, but I got the game, so... Actually, let's get Dangal.
Readings registered.
Because then we can get some extra trade. What is our trade policy? Because we can adjust it to give us wealth creation. So that basically gives us extra money. I think I'm going to see what happens if we do it to consumer benefits. Hopefully it doesn't make us bankrupt, but yeah, we're going to do it to consumer benefit. And yeah, okay, good. Wasn't too much of a hit on our economy. That's good. Communications established. Oh, another one. Well, we haven't found any alien races yet. Well met, friends. I represent the Mutagen Merchant Guild, Goyam, and let me become the first to welcome you to the Jezami system. Our organization consists of hundreds of independent mutagen... Yeah, okay, great. Mutagen? Yeah, well, there's a pandemic. I hate these guys. Merchant captains who brave the spaceways in search of the next good deal. At our facilities, you'll be able to trade away some of your excess resources. Please contact us if you're interested in such an agreement. Oh, I guess this was another one of them that's over there. What else were... Yeah, oh, I think I'm gonna rename the planet that we're colonizing to... I don't blow up their space station. I can't do it yet. Lost in space. The signal we intercepted was a distress call from orbit and around Cuthium 2. The ship is not giving off any heat signatures and seems to be drifting. A special project has been issued to investigate what happened to the crew. We don't have time for this. There's no reason why you shouldn't do that. Sometimes if you say no, you get some influence, but it's almost 99.9% of the time you want to actually do these. It's like, no, I don't want to have fun in this game.
Has been updated.
Yeah, we're gonna name We're gonna name our next planet Grandpa.
Construction completed.
Tomcat doesn't sound good. Hogni sounds cool.
System survey concluded.
Ooh, Tau Ceti has some energy on it. And hey, we're pirates. We want loot. We want money.
Construction completed. System survey concluded.
Interesting that it doesn't give us the mission that we can explore this yet. Because there should be a thing where it's like, hey, go look up who these people are. Can upgrade our ships.
We have detected
Well, it's
an
not
anomaly.
colonized there
Colony
yet.
establishment has begun.
Alright. Grandpa. So our planets right now is Great Fang on the Ring World, Whisker Prime, and Grandpa.
Ship upgrades applied. Construction completed.
Oh wow, still not necessary, not habitable. Shoot. Well, we're gonna colonize them anyway. Deceptor Giant. That just means instead of a gas giant we thought it was, it's actually just a barren planet. So, absolutely pointless, of no concern to us. Oh, I haven't seen this one before. 25 is a big space ice world, though. Yeah, great. I want an ocean or a continental or a tropical world. That's what my species thrives on. Closer inspection of the platform orbiting Eldorok has revealed that it is of a complex, somewhat erratic alien design. The waterproof machinery and advanced climate control suggest it was built for a light form that secreted a rich amount of fluids, very likely of the molluscoid variety. Before falling into disrepair, microwave beams that were used to heat regions of the star's atmosphere. Why would they have to heat the atmosphere? Provoking large sustained eruptions that increased the solar wind outflow significantly. The energy was then harvested with an orbital mine. The platform is designed around some highly experimental concepts. Should we repair the beams or weaponize? We're warriors. We're weaponizing the beams. Yeah.
Situation log
Yeah,
has been
we'll do that
updated.
later, though. We'll do it now. We'll finish surveying the system and then do it. And then get the derelict ship. I want to find another planet, or another civilization. Courier network. Empire sprawls reduced. Alright, Interstellar Dominion is another good early one to get, because that reduces star influence costs. So now we have our building star basis is 30% cheaper, which is nice.
Construction completed.
Alright, we're going to start building our trade base here. But I want to build that here so we can get extra money.
System survey concluded.
Well, thankfully there's
Research
there's plenty of energy outside. Wish we could have found a, new research. I wish extra mining output, that's good, that's good. Powered exoskeletons, that leads to robots. Alright, what should we do? I think for right now we should do 0G refineries. Because we need mining output. Yeah, alright. We'll do it. We're doing it. Because again, I wish you could just choose, because then I wouldn't have to make that choice. Ooh! Molluscoid microwave beams. It did not take the crew of the PRS Yalambak long to conclude that the design of the platform was, in Science Officer Bani Jebasim's own words, the work of madmen. The microwave beams were crude calibrated. We're pirates and we're calling these crude, and would have needed much refinement before they could work as intended. However, they soon proved to mean to make excellent weapons. I'm just imagining like these like weird slugs going, all right, we're gonna microwave the sun. I'm sorry, what? Why? Because we're gonna microwave the sun. That's great, yeah. And we get UV lasers. Okay, that's nice. That means we can skip. We can get even better lasers even earlier. All right, that's good. Let's build the outpost here so we can actually have a finished little center sector here.
A special project has concluded.
Another special project. The crew of the ship has been found dead. Oh, that's horrifying. What is more disturbing is that they appear to have been killed by some highly advanced brain parasites, which infested them and drove them mad. Thanks to Science Officer Bani J. Basim's findings, we were able to protect our own crew from being infected. Got some research points, that's nice.
Construction completed.
This is fun. You know what would be more fun? You know what would be more fun, chat? If we find another freaking civilization to talk to. Because I'm bored. Because the AI in this game is fun. I'll be playing for a while. Because I'm having a lot of fun. At least another couple hours.
Concluded.
Well, at least another hour. I can promise you that.
Construction completed.
Alright. Now we can build our trade base. Build trade hub. And eventually we'll get our off-world trading company. Is it possible to run into AI empires that are just on kill all life forms? Absolutely. There are very much. They might not immediately try and kill everything, but there's actually two types of them. There's either just a race of people that are just super hyper xenophobic and just on a mission to eradicate all other life in the galaxy, or hive mind. So like the Tyranids there's either the Imperium of Mans, which want to eradicate all other life in the galaxy, or the Tyranids, which want to eradicate all life in the galaxy, but they're just a hive mind. There's also there's a third type. There's machine ones that are machines that want to just destroy all sentient life. So yes, not only is there an AI empire that just want to kill all life forms, there are 3 different types that you could run into.
Construction completed.
If any of this game sounds interesting, I highly recommend you get it. Wait for the summer sale. Wait for it to be way off, because the price right now, it's probably $200 to buy the whole game, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And we developed new skills. We got an eye for talent. Nice. Automated shipyard. While conducting their survey of Pidfar, the PRS Yalambak detected the remains of an automated shipyard in orbit. It is at least 1,000 years old and seems to have been subjected to a heavy missile barrage, but one of its manufacturing bays is still in working condition. Science officer, again, best girl, is it a girl? I don't know. Bani J. Basim is now confident that the power could be restored to the shipyard, but it would be a significant project.
Has been updated.
I think that's the job for a construction ship. Let's get that finished. Even on G2A, what's G2A? What is G2A? With all the DLCs I checked, it is around $45 to $50.
System survey concluded. Construction completed.
All right, what do we need? We do not need food, so I don't. I kind of wish we hadn't gotten the hydroponics farm because that was obviously absolutely necessary. G2A is a site where you can buy Steam games for cheaper prices. You buy Steam keys, basically. Okay. Oh, I didn't. That's a new building they made. Is you can build administrative offices. That's cool. Yeah, we need some more civilian industries, definitely.
Construction completed.
All right, and we got that filled out.
Construction completed.
What's gonna get you? We haven't found that many. Well, most of the anomalies have been down this way. Sorry if it's a little boring. I mean, I'm not sorry. I think this is great, but things will get more fun when we find another alien race.
Construction completed.
I guess we're in just a fairly isolated. It has normal amount. It has 10 extra other empires. I mean, technically we found one, but I ain't going to go find out. I ain't going to go look at them. Look them up.
Readings registered.
So as you can see, since we built our trade hub, we are now able to get the resources from this trade value. Each trade hub extends the reach out, so 2, 2, and we'll have to get 3. Oh well. and it'll get even better once we get the off-world trading company, so you can build that. And Grandpa is done.
Has been colonized.
Let's build some more generator districts, because we need that. Ooh, what should we get? Survey speed increased. We can get UV research. I think we're going to do it. Let's do it. UV research, UV lasers right now. Teachings of Explorers. The PRS Elambak's crew is reporting that they found something spectacular on C4. On the surface lies traces of an explorative expedition, of another civilization. Left behind are some well-preserved documents and artifacts. Proposed action is to send a text to our home world for translation. There's also a possibility to sell them off to a private investor.
Situation log has been
Let's do
updated.
that. And let's wait till we get the whatever it is, or the off-world trading company before we do that.
Construction completed.
I really want to see what's over here, so we're gonna expand out this way because we'll have a good choke point right here. Though that leads to all these planets over here, so maybe not. Well, we could just build another one. I'm gonna build another one. We have enough money now. We can afford it. We'll build another science ship. Oh, thank goodness. Finally, we got another wet world. A continental world. Alright, so that's like Earth. A lot of varied climates, but a big ocean. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. This habitable world survey is almost done. We're almost done. Sorry if I'm moving the camera around a lot, but you tend to do that in this game. I do wish you could make the time go by faster, because we're not really doing that much right now. Alright, that's good. We'll get our archaeology done later. I just want to find out. I want to lock down this area down here.
We have detected an anomaly.
Of course. It's only 50% because it has wild storms and high gravity. So somebody asked what happens if it has different gravity. It means 10% extra building costs, 10% district costs, minus 5% habitability, but 2 extra districts. It also has windstorms, so minus 5 habitability, minus 5% happiness, but 20% extra physics from research jobs. So that'll be a good research planet.
Construction completed. System survey concluded.
Abandoned amusement park. The structures on Lombidus 1 are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science officer Bani J. Basim notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us, Petheri, it looks like that does. Oh, regardless, to us, Petheri, I don't think that comma is necessary. It looks mostly like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves.
Knowledge
You almost
is the
always
key
find
to the
those.
universe.
All right, there we go. And on Grandpa, would it behoove us to get rid of the sinkholes? I think so. There's another arid world here that doesn't have them, so maybe not. To see if the arid world on here has sinkholes. Sure. Tropical Island, cool. But I think we're gonna get what's on? Not sure. Should we? That is something I do like, is that you have that it does make that the limited text do make you choose, and the choice is kind of a fun mechanic of deciding which one's the best to go for. I think we should do the naval capacity. We're doing it. We'll get it done faster anyway. We're going to have a massive empire compared to everybody else. Alright, let's get supremacy, because we want more military stuff. But yeah, if you can afford it. Yep. So what I've noticed is when there's a pre-space variant, when there's a primitive civilization on a planet, it won't show it, so you actually have to look up for it, because there's 2 planets on this, but it only showed 1 because one of them is held by the Ronzor primitive civilization. We have detected see, I want this picture right there as my wallpaper. I love that. That painting is really beautiful. We have detected the presence of a primitive alien civilization on the Tiblik 1 in the Tiblik system. They have entered the early steam age, and there is clear evidence they are beginning to make use of both vehicles and factories powered by steam engines. We should consider building an observation post above their world to study them more closely. As you can see, what do they look like? What do they look like? Will they make good slaves? They're lithoids. Interesting. Lithoids are rock people, so they don't consume food, they consume rocks, which we don't need. Oh well. Well, they'll be our slaves. And they're ice planets, so they can help us settle our ice planets. A little far away, but we'll get to them. I love this game.
Completed.
24 minerals. That's
The special
nice.
project has concluded.
We have restored power to the shipyard. It immediately resumed its interrupted construction order using what materials on hand to build a frigate. Unfortunately, it broke down right afterwards, but we have sent a crew to the new ship and pressed it into service. So now we have a new, lovely little frigate. Nice. Is that a low? That's a low text. Is that a low texture on the cannons? All right. New ship. What should we call it? What should we call it? The Meow Meow. We're calling it the Meow Meow. No, that even I have my limit. Well, in honor of me watching Outlaw Star, calling it the Aisha from Outlaw Star, because she is best girl. The Aisha clan. Not after Muhammad's 6-year-old child bride. But no, you can't talk about that. All right, production mineral purification plants. That gives us even more minerals. We're gonna have some extra armor for our ships because I want to start building. We don't really need them right now yet, and we just completed our habitable world survey. So I'm talking too fast. I'll try and slow down. Through our surveys of habitable worlds, our biologists have collected a vast amount of data on alien life forms. Many of our old theories on the development of human life, or on the development of life, have been disproved. Our scientific community has had to build new models from scratch. Our most interesting findings are being displayed at the newly dedicated Museum of Exobiology on Great Fang. The public is enthralled, and many donations have come in to aid in the continued search of alien life forms. So we get a whole bunch of society research and energy credits, which is really good. Oh, and I forgot. We can sell off some of our excess food. Might have to build a silo, because we have so much food. Wow. How do we have that much? Let's buy some minerals with it. There we go. Because we're pretty good on money. It's not as much generated as I'd like, but we have a whole lot of money. Let's translate the explorer's text. Should have done that before we got the habitable world survey, but oh well.
System survey concluded.
I don't really need choke points here. Oh well. We'll just have to build 2 space stations, because I'm thinking here and here we'll build space stations. That'll be kind of the southeastern edge of the empire. Yeah, we're pretty big. Ooh, a wormhole. You can use this to transport to teleport to a whole other part of the galaxy. They can be really tricky. It kind of sucks if you have them, because I remember in a different game when the Great Khan started, his ships kept going through a wormhole that was right in my system. I didn't like it. We've detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon on the edge of the Taramda system. A rift in the very fabric of space-time has formed here, creating a wormhole that our scientists speculate may provide a conduit through a subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in our galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessels foolish enough to pass through it will be ripped apart in seconds. So we need to research this technology for it first. Alright, let's save some of our influence for later. But let's definitely build a starbase here. Let's merge the fleets. So, what do you guys think about this game if you haven't played it? Have we met new aliens? Could they finally be? They are. That's definitely a science ship. All right. Nice. All right. Let's then cancel that and build it right there. All right, now I'm happy. We found another alien civilization. So I guess our border will be right here, most likely, which is fine.
We have detected an anomaly.
This game is going good. I'm very happy with how this is playing out.
Evasive maneuvers.
Uh-oh. We encountered the Zeta aliens. So, I really need to learn how to play this game properly. Yeah, I'd be happy to show you how. Definitely happy. I think it's on sale right now. Yeah, get it. If you, I would definitely wait. Uh-oh. Oh, these are space amoebas. But I love this game. I love it way more than any other Paradox game, just because it's the freedom of it. It's I'm not stuck of like there's only so many times you can play as Nazi Germany in Hearts of Iron and win, or as I know there's a bunch of different options that they include, like you can restore the Kaiser or whatever, but I still prefer this because I love the RPG elements. I really love that. Let's set up a well, I want this is going to be where we establish our secondary our second sector, because we have a whole bunch of planets that are waiting, just waiting, because we could definitely build a new one. Alien drag racing. The crater on LR9411 exhibits long, irregular marks imprinted into the relatively soft upper layers of the asteroid. Science Officer Banny has recovered some interesting and unexpected wreckage from the edges of the depression. Wheeled vehicles, seemingly personal transports rather than research craft. The crew of the PRS Elambeck speculate the crater may once have been used for sport, with some alien species pitting their personal locomotion devices against each other in tests of mechanical strength or speed in near zero G. Nice. I'm just imagining again like mollusk aliens, just giant snails against like giant spiders, just racing on an asteroid, and that's great. I think that's wonderful. I wish that we had found some alloy, because you can sometimes find naturally occurring alloys, which is better. It's not as it generates not quite as much, but you don't have to take up. It doesn't take up a building slot.
System survey concluded.
All right. What's my favorite type of Empire to play as? Hold on. Sorry. I'm sorry about that. So sorry. I like to play as something balanced, because I normally play as something like, I call it the New Holy Roman Empire. And we're authoritarian, spiritualist, and militarist. 1 second, I'm going to sneeze again. And, sorry, I'm back. And we're kind of balanced, right? And that we don't, well, we're not going to be like super happy pro-diversity. We aren't averse to having some aliens in our empire. I like to make like one planet that I call New Frankfurt. Right, just like I designate it. This is going to be our city planet, and I basically try and have it so there's complete open borders on that one planet. Just like this is our gateway to the rest of the galaxy, and then I turn it into a giant city planet. But yeah, I tend to play as kind of militaristic, but we're not. I guess kind of like the Imperium of Man, but toned down several notches. Like, we're perfectly willing to participate and have diplomacy with other alien races, but we're still looking out for our own empire. Oh, I think they wanted to That's probably one of their construction ships, but oh no, it might not be. But doesn't matter. We're just about done on this planet anyway. That's some fun. Those are some fun tense moments right there. Though they might want to try and build out here. So another great thing about this game is it has really fun, great, like it's really well divided, and that the early game is way different from the mid and late game. The early game is all about just exploration and establishing your outposts, and then it kind of nicely transitions into more diplomacy based and managing your empire rather than just expanding it. And then the late game is kind of managing the crises.
An alien nation.
There we go.
Hailing us.
After successfully translating their language, we have established communications with the Lachax regime. Diplomatic channels are now open. Or managing lag. Yeah, I have a good computer, but are now open and all hostilities have been terminated. They're they're kind of like us. They're a military junta. They're honor-bound warriors. First contacts with the Lachax regime. Archon Mishgriel sends regards from the ruling council of the Lachax regime. We hope for a productive relationship with your impressive nation, and our military has been instructed to treat all members of your species with respect. War Lady greets you. Respect our authority, or else we will fight for our right to exist. I think we should be nice to him at first. I don't know if this actually has any impact, but War Lady Sari Basiram greets you, Lachaxi. First alien encounter. The news has reached that we have encountered intelligent life, alien life for the first time, has been received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms what we had long suspected, that we are not alone in this galaxy. Each new alien species we encounter both represents an opportunity and a threat. We must be wary. These particular Xenos have a level of technology similar to our own, indicating that we have achieved spaceflight at roughly the same time. This changes everything. Alright, well, they got there, but we'll research here, and then maybe we'll just disband that. But that's cool. And it'll take a little while for... Oh, they're hyper-xenophilic. They love other people. But we're barbaric to spoilers, but we'll respect them. If they are nice to us. I'm gonna save the game just in case. Alright. But as you can see, this is a really good place for my choke point, because now they can't. Now if he wants to travel all the way to here, he has to go here, here, and here. So it's not all quite unified. So this is a perfect spot. They're superior. All right, I think it would behoove us. Once we're done with the UV laser, we'll start building up our fleet. Oh.
System survey concluded.
Gotta start going back to researching at the north end of the Empire.
Construction completed.
Oh. Well, we're done. We can't go anymore. But, well... Oh, there is. I think we've been researching all the technologies there. Alright, well, we'll have to wait here. Empire Sprawl. Okay, now, that's actually nice that it shows us, because that used to just be something that was like an unknown, or that was just like something it was like an indicator of like how spread out your empire is, and it can't be that too spread out. But now we can actually see what it all looks like or how to manage it. That's nice. When it's lower than when your Empire sprawl is lower than admin capacity, no penalties are applied. So I'm guessing building in another sector is going to help that out, and linking up our Empire as well. Oh, this song's good. The music in this game, I love this just kind of atmospheric space music. I love it.
System survey concluded.
I don't think we can get... I don't even really want one of these planets anyway. We're too good for them.
Anomalous readings registered.
Because, yeah, I think I'll stop expanding at least southwards around here. Oop, sign of battle. There's clear evidence. Oh, can you No Man Land asks, can you terraform planets and turn them... Absolutely. It's a later technology. You can terraform them into any planet you want. It starts out, though, you can't be... we're overextended. Oh, well. You can't have settled them first. I think there might be a technology later that you can terraform settled planets, but yeah. You can do anything you want. You can blow up planets. You can build giant... You can build big enough You can build super weapons and blow up planets, too. And this is what happens after you do the habitable world survey, is alien specimen procurement. The director of the Museum of Exobiology on Great Fang has issued a request for the procurement of several live alien specimens. These creatures were spotted on surveyed habitable worlds but are difficult to capture. It will require the full resources of a science ship for a lengthy period of time. Let us gather the specimens. Once we're done with that, you can... Though he's good at... I'm going to send him to... Because in every game, you'll also have a quest line for a... we got a little extra cost. It's not too big, but... In every game, you'll have the... You'll have a precursor civilization, an ancient advanced one that isn't on the map, that you can find their home system and has a whole bunch of like artifacts and like benefits you can find. I guess in this one it's actually just normally it would just show you like, oh, we've discovered evidence of this so and so, of like Cybrex, an ancient machine race. And this one it's gonna be found under one of our archaeological sites. So after
construction completed,
Tiki Torak is done, we'll have him? No, her. Sorry, I misgendered her. I'm so sorry. We'll have her
system survey
go
completed.
over and start... Well, they'll research the project first, and then they can excavate the site.
System survey completed.
Yeah, ask me any questions. I know a good amount about this game, or at least the early and mid game. I'm kind of a master of. So how do we lower the sprawl? Oh, it can only be if you increase admin capacity. All right, well, next building we'll build a administrative center. I'm glad that they showed Empire Sprawl, because I probably was sprawled out earlier in previous games, but I didn't know it, so that's useful. We've got a good amount of alloys, and we can definitely spend it. Any tips on how to build a proper fleet? I guess for me, what works is having a nice mixture of, because the ship sizes get bigger, and having a nice, a big variety of ships. So having a bunch of, like, what I'm gonna build. I'll show you when I can actually show you very soon when I start building my first ships. But having a good variety tends to be a good idea. Both in class of ships and also what they're capable of. So having 2 or 3 different types of the same ship can be good too.
Construction completed.
Yeah, might be time to... I think we're gonna have to build another. Yeah, we're gonna have to settle another planet, definitely.
To the universe.
And then we got improved deflectors, and well, we're already building up that. So like a few large ships, more medium, and then yeah. Or you could try and just do a massive swarm of tiny ships, but they'll get blown up quickly. All right, but let's start building ships. And you know what's great in this game? Ship designer, and it removes some of the unnecessary, not fun micromanagement, like in Hearts of Iron, say. You can't just upgrade a ship when it's obsolete, or at least I don't think so. You couldn't do it in Darkest Hour. You can do it in EU4, but in this game, it goes a step further. You design what type of ship you're building. So to start out, your starting ship is only a corvette. So what I found is, so missile boats, that'll be good for as artillery. They can shoot missiles. So we're gonna build that with a little laser there, because we have level 3 lasers, but only level 1 railguns. And then you'll want to give it a reactor booster that helps improve its power and speed and some of its damage. And then I'll either have 2 armor and 1 shield, or 2 shield, 1 armor. Armor is just kind of raw, well, armor, but shields are extra protection. And the drawback of them, and the benefit of them is they can even though they can take away from some of the damage because they use so much power, when your ships are damaged, when their health, your ships have 3 levels of protection: shields, armor, and health. Health and armor you have to go back to a space station to repair, but your shields will just regenerate on their own. But in order, you have to unclick your auto-generate designs. So we can so it'll let us, which is stupid, really stupid. What should we call this? Well, I think we should just call them after classes of cats. So this can be the Persian class, or yeah, we'll call this the we'll call it the Fluffy Tail class. Yeah. I wish I had a cat. We have a dog, but I kind of like cats a little better. And auto upgrade, that'll just upgrade it to whenever you have say once we get the fusion missiles next, Fluffy Tail, and we're gonna build then a interceptor as well. I guess if you have a lot of huge ships, like a lot of battleships, picket ships might be nice because they're good at just kind of as good as screens. But I like the idea of having huge amounts of corvettes and just swarming the enemy with well-made smaller ships. This is gonna be reactor booster. Now let's build some extra deflectors too, so it's super shielded. All right, what should we call this? This will be called the short hair class. I still like that I named one of them the Fluffy Tail. And now and they can only be built on shipyards, so you can build your your home planet, your home system starts out with a shipyard and a trade hub and a crew quarters. So you can build multiple shipyards so long as you have the space. But we only have one so far, and that's probably all we need. And so I'm going to build... I think that should be good. My family over in Norway has a cat, and that has some mutation that gives him an abnormal amount of toes. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. They call it a ship's cat, at least in Norwegian. I don't know if it's an English term. No, we just called them mutants.
System survey concluded.
Hope nobody's discovered this has settled here yet, because that's not going to be good, because like what our empire's going to look like is already kind of taken shape. Ooh, now it's an Arctic world. Thankfully, there's technologies that raise the habitability up. And again, if you find planets that have a certain level of... it's like the scramble for Africa, but for space. Exactly. And I think it'd be cool, like, if there's like a... Because there will tend to be like big empty sectors of space, right? And it'd be cool, like, if there was a big enough one, like you could have like I wonder if they have that in the update. Is you can like have some sort of congress to discuss like colonization or something. Oh, he says Rex says the mutation doesn't have any real adverse effects as far as I know. They call them that because the sailors used to think cats with an unusual amount of toes were lucky, apparently. Okay, well, sailors believed a lot of things. There's apparently an expression that saying that sailors would still pray, or like apparently it was bad luck to have a priest on board a ship, because whilst the land was considered part of the Christian domain, the ancient pagan gods seemed to still were considered to still rule over the ocean. I don't think any Catholic priest would appreciate that, but sailor mythology is kind of fun. We'll call this one Hognai. Of course, we're already building, or yeah. Alright, we can bump that up there. Because we want more jobs. Apparently jobs give... And we got some, we got one of the species. The Tassargoid. The Tassargoid is an extremely lethal predator that stalks the dense jungles of Whisker Prime at night, paralyzing its prey with electric shocks just before sucking out their brains with its tube-like mouth. Oh, gosh. Unfortunately, these 3 of the crew members of the PRS Usorum were lost to these creatures before a specimen could be secured. The Museum of Exobiology the museum will rename one of its wings after these brave officers to honor their sacrifice. That's awesome. That is based. Well, for a second, it looked like it says the Panther and Parasites. We may be pirates, but we're not parasites.
System survey concluded.
I don't know what the difference is, but there's definitely is one. Yeah, we're going to have a big empire. Like, compared to this. Because they probably ran into either another empire there, or a hostile fleet that is too powerful for them to take out. Take out. Alright, let's build on Grandpa. We're going to build an admin office. Because we got plenty of consumer goods right now. Ship build cost. Nice. Master shipwrights. That's a good one. So we can cut that one. Hello. Three. Okay, we can build another 9 to keep it in the same size of the fleet, because you have limited fleet size and the total naval capacity. All right, there we go. Doesn't look like there's anybody here, so that's good. We're getting plus 79 minerals because there was 24 on the same planet, or in this system.
Construction completed.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's... You already know who they are. Yeah, they ain't getting out here. Ooh, archaeological. Mysterious ruins of the abandoned colony. Strange ruins show no sign of damage beyond neglect. Homes, factories, buildings of unknown use, they all stand abandoned and empty. Empty and abandoned. Where did everyone go? For unknown reasons, it seems like a large building in the center of the colony may hold the answers. Investigate it. Where are we going? What's going on? I'm excited.
An alien nation.
Hey, we found another one. Oh no. Oh no, we're not gonna make it. Ah, shit. Shoot. Oh well. Who is the... Ugh.
System survey concluded.
Well, that sucks. I should not have investigated one of these down here. Oh well. Greetings from the Aztani Serene Nation. We are the Aztani Serene Nation, a peaceful nation ruled justly by our beloved Serene Protector, Gashush. I do not know what barbarity or bizarre species is capable of, but we do hope future grievances can be settled through dialogue rather than violence. You will know just how capable of barbarity, as you call it. We call it honor and strength. Respect our authority or else. Oh, and there's a gateway. Yeah. We'll have to freaking do that. Fine. And we don't even have that many... we'll have to cancel building this outpost. It's not too bad, because we can just take it in a war. At least they're isolationists. Yet screw them. They'll be the first to die. Construction ship. Where is that? Oh yeah, we didn't do it. Yeah. I'm mad. We should have. Oh, we're still paused. We're still paused. Ha ha ha. Ha! It's joke. At least we get a good amount. You know what we'll do? We can increase the amount of influence we get by declaring these to be our rivals. Requires terrible relations. Oh, we have to send an envoy. Yeah. We don't like you. You suck. Close borders.
Research concluded.
The thing about, like, hating, think about, like, trying to harm relations. Like, I get, like, sending envoys to improve them. Like, same thing. Obviously, it works fine for game mechanics, but in the context of what you're doing as a nation, it's like, do people really send envoys? Do people ever actually send envoys over to other countries just to piss them off for that purpose? I don't think so. We can build an alien zoo? Hell yeah. We're building a zoo. We're getting a zoo, guys. We're building the zoo. I have to wait a little longer for there. I'm still mad. And there was some science. And so No Man's Land says, so on Steam, for all the major DLCs, you can get Stellaris for $45, which isn't too bad. But with the new DLC, it's $65 new. That's not even including like just the story packs or anything. Most of the DLC are worth getting. I'm just kind of a completionist, or not completion, like a perfectionist. So I have to get all of them except for some of the music ones. But I got like the deluxe edition when I first got the game, so it came with like the they made a novel of this based on the Commonwealth of Man faction, which is like if the Imperium of Man was a lost colony of Earth and was just a military dictatorship. I haven't read it yet, but it comes with like an art book and everything from when they first made the game. I like video game art books. I have one from Nier Automata and Dark Souls. Because a lot of just concept art is often just, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Strange crystal. A large crystal has been found inside what we now know to have been the colony's central administrative center. In some way, the crystal wanted to be found and seems to be trying to communicate with us. Perhaps with further study, communication is possible. Got minor artifacts. Nice. Come on. This is the really tense moments when you're like, just waiting to get enough influence. Just 2 more months. Just. Oops. There we go.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Because even if we don't get that, well, I want the resources there. There's a Raider Empire right. Either here, here, and here, or here, here, and here. Sell our food again. I wonder if we can make a trade deal with these guys. Could get moats, and that would be useful if we wanted, but we don't need more of that. We need crystals. We need crystals. Oh, we can build a city district. How much housing do we even have? Let me check that. Well, no one's homeless yet. It would show us, so don't need to build anything yet. Alright, not worth it quite yet. Alright, now we can get the coil guns. Because we want a big navy.
System survey concluded.
Oh wait, we gotta sell this.
Construction completed.
It's almost never... Yep, there it is. Yep. Well, now we can actually... I don't know why it didn't let us do it the first time, but... Because the way Paradox games work is they'll have updates, free updates for their games, but they kind of come part and parcel with with the DLC as well.
Our science ship has been destroyed.
No! We don't really need it now. We can't explore this part of the galaxy anyway. Alright, hopefully we can get here.
Ship upgrades applied.
Oh, the Aisha Clan is the name of the fleet. Cool. Now, let's get a... Adaptable is good, especially if they're younger. Trickster is good. Ship weapons range, I want that. Oh. Upgraded again.
Ship upgrades applied.
And we just finished excavating it. Alright, here's a big one. Let me get a sip of water. After a great deal of trial and error, a breakthrough's been made. The crystal is some kind of psionic archive, but its records are fragmented. What we know is that this is a colony of the Zrani, a psionically gifted race who discovered a dimension which came to be known as the Shroud. Once the Zrani population reached a certain critical mass, it seems that their collective unconscious minds began to make contact with the photo shroud in dreams, leading to mass lucid dreaming. Soon the phenomenon was studied, and the Zrani discovered how to psionically project themselves into the shroud, where they soon found that they could manipulate the very fabric of reality with their psionic powers. It wasn't long before the Zrani discovered they could physically enter the shroud and live like gods, transforming their dimension to suit their whims. And the archive's records end there, with no information on what happened to the inhabitants of Whisker Prime. But there are no answers here. We have learned of another Zrani colony. But while there are no answers here, we have learned of another Zrani colony, which may contain a more complete archive. Nice. And, ooh, we got psionic theory. Alright. We can't excavate until we're there. Alright. So this isn't too bad. I'm upset we didn't get there, because it's not just getting a nice edge to our border, but it's also, if you can contain another empire, that's good. Alright. We locked it down now. That's good. You know, it might have been better to build our starbase here, because you can then build like a branch office of this trading of this civilization. But we can build another one. We have plenty of space for extra star bases.
Knowledge is the
I'm still good to go, because I really like this game. We don't really... let's just get it anyways. Or orbital... No, this is better. Because we don't really need the exploration as much anymore. Alright, now let's send our fleet out to... Oh, we can upgrade it again. And again, and again. If you have any suggestions on how I can stream better, like in terms of talk slower, talk faster, or whatever, please do not hesitate. And if you'd like to subscribe, you can. You don't have to. I would appreciate it. I have a Patreon too. Just, I like streaming, and if I can just get a little money so I don't feel like I'm just wasting time.
Project has concluded.
There they are. This is the Marauders. This is the race that can form a Khanate. And they're right next door to us. That's just wonderful. We've made first contact with the Raxcodium Marauders, a nomadic civilization. They occupy a number of large space stations in and around the Mudstram system that house the bulk of their massive numbers in crowded and squalid conditions. Despite this, or perhaps because of it, they seem to have developed a strong martial culture. Life in the cold void has become second nature to them, and they are very adept at space warfare. There is no Raxicodium central government to speak of. Instead, they are divided into several different factions that vie endlessly with one another for resources and respect. Given their large population and shipbuilding capability, this constant infighting is the only thing keeping them from growing into a significant threat to galactic peace. Alfaris said, if you want to get more viewers, you could post videos announcing when I'll stream on YouTube and then delete it. I've done that. I just feel like I don't want to crowd it, but that is a good idea. Because, like, maybe I can just post one saying I'll stream every day at this time, but you know me. But, I mean, I managed to solidly stream pretty much every week on Wednesday. Well, I'll try that. They're Groot. They're tree people. Outsiders. We are the Raxcodium. Unlike the quote-unquote civilized, that's our line. Star nations of the galaxy, we have no single master to lord over us, but I have been chosen to convey this message on behalf of all of the houses. Do not try to impose your state and effete ways upon us. You may freely send your alien ships into the Raxcodium territory, but do not expect them to return. Our warriors will welcome the diversion, however. Transmit on this frequency only if you wish to offer tribute, or if you have need of mercenaries, as well as a mean to pay for them. Yeah, you can also get mercenaries from these guys too. So what we're gonna have to do, unfortunately, is either we have to get strong enough in a couple hundred years or so. That's probably when we can take them down, because look at the size of these fleets. Or create massive enough star bases here in 3 different systems if we want to even have a chance to contain them. Or what's probably going to happen, if they're the one that has the Khan, we'll submit to them immediately, and then eventually when the Khan dies, we'll have a chance to take it back, to take our independence back. We'll basically be like Muscovy. Oh, Pleasure Palace. Ooh, Jabba the Hutt was here. The present dark and lifeless interior of the space station almost succeeds in hiding the fact that it must have been designed as some kind of luxurious pleasure palace. There are seemingly endless rows of rusty slot machines, hundreds of decrepit bars and restaurants. Amidst it all, thousands of bodies. Dead, partially mummified aliens of at least a dozen different species can be found everywhere. But most of the bodies are clustered around the empty escape pod bays. Curious.
Construction completed.
Alright, so what these things indicate, the house indicates that you can build another building, and the people indicates that it's overcrowded, so we can just build another city, or we'll get extra housing if we just upgrade it to a planetary administration. I'm going to build a holo theater, because that gives us, or no, autocothan, yeah. This is a monument that'll give us culture workers. Okay, I haven't seen those before. Now, let's do that. That sounds good. So I guess if you want to get more administrative capacity, you have to build it from jobs, and there's certain technologies. And you get jobs by growing your population. So I guess it's kind of an indicator of, like, you don't have that many people, so it's like you need enough people to manage all your star bases and all your outposts. Okay, that makes sense. I like it. It's good. The only problem with the size of our empire is I kind of wish it was more kind of blob-like or wide than it is tall, because it'll take a long time to get from one end to the other.
Construction completed.
But yeah, I think I'll definitely try that. Is every week when I'm streaming, I'll just put out a video, just like, you know, a 1-minute video. Say, hey, I'm streaming, but I'll delete these videos afterwards. I have done that before.
The special project has concluded.
Orinthia secured. The small rodent-like creatures known as Arinthi are native to Hognai. And I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. I'm not gonna die, don't worry. I mean, at least not yet. They're native to Hognai, where the habitat extends across most of the planet's diverse climatic region. They breed at an extremely rapid rate and seem to have a particular fondness for chewing electrical cables, so they're rats. I'm not gonna catch the Wu flu on us. I'm not gonna get it. I'm since I'm in my 20s, the death rate among people with my age is almost nothing. Procuring specimens was not a problem. In fact, after the initial creatures were collected, most of them made their way onto the PRS Denana by hitching rides on the science ship's orbital shuttles. Exactly why the Museum of Exobiology requested Orinthy specimens remains a mystery. Excellent. Space rats. Neat. Alright, where's our fleet? Oh, it's right there. Just in time. Yep. So now we can fight off these space amoebas. Kill them all.
Engaging hostile forces.
Or let's show the combat. Ah, nice. I don't even know what they are yet. So as you can see, the blue line right here is shields, the orange one is armor, and the green one down below is health. Oh, we lost one Corvette. Let's go back. And there's some debris that we can go research. How big is... Yeah, we can only have 20 so far.
Construction completed.
Because unlike, unless you're in combat, there's almost no real reason to slow the game down ever. I almost think about these games like it's not real time because you're constantly pausing. It's kind of like it's turn based, but you get to choose the length of the turn. You get to choose how long and how short the intervals are when things are happening. I like it. The Star Petal. This derelict station was once known as the Star Petal, and was apparently a celebrated luxury resort in this corner of the galaxy nearly 1,000 years ago. A small fleet of tugs would drag the station to a new exotic location each year, but Serpus 1 appears to have been its last. For unclear reason, the station was pulled into the gas giant's atmosphere, where it suffered critical damage. And now we can survey this planet.
Interstellar debris analyzed.
Let's actually just... I know what these things are already, but let's just research them anyway. We haven't done much pirating. Oh well. We don't even really need to do the raiding bombardment on this primitive planet because we're just going to enslave them anyway. Oh, this is what happens when you find a certain number of... Once you discover another civilization, wreckage identified. The crew aboard the PRS Dodana reports that The Rigel shipwreck appears to have been the result of an unexpected geomagnetic solar storm. Odd that never happens to us. The supply ship suffered a complete loss of life support systems and sustained inoperable damage. Drifting until it entered Rigel's gravity well, there were no survivors. The ship's cargo hold does indeed contain a noble amount of minerals. However, the captain of the PRS Dodana cautions that the construction indicates Lachak's design. It is highly likely that the minerals belong to the Lachak's regime, and they may be displeased should we lay claim to the shipment. Now, since we have plenty, and we're getting that many minerals, and we need some influence, and we don't want to be upset with these guys, we want to be friends. No altercation. We'll get some influence that way. Ship upkeep, that's good. Naval capacity, we want bigger fleets, though. Oh, another, oh, yep, we started in, thankfully, we have received a communique from a previously unknown spacefaring empire, calls themselves the Sovereign Grolflip Council. They claim to have learned of our existence by listening in on the communications of another empire we're in contact with. So you don't have to, you or they don't have to directly contact each other, one another in order to know about them. They can also learn about you from another civilization that knows about you, and that's nice. They're an executive committee, erudite explorers. Greetings. I am honored to have been chosen by Chairwoman Ordeg Downhall to represent the Sovereign Grolfurp Council in all diplomatic meetings with your fascinating species. We strive to unlock the full potential of technology, a goal we hope you find equally worthwhile. They're materialists, so they're atheists, so no, respect our authority or else. The Aisha clan fleet has been fully repaired. And then we also learned about the Onatok Trading Consortium. Oh, there's already a federation, the Interstellar Technologist Concord. They have one planet. I'm so sorry. They really lost out. Wow. And they're a mega corporation. They're a trade league. And are they as well? Nope. It's just technocrats. And then the Star Explorers. They are a direct democracy. They're not based. We're based. And then here's another of the primitive civilizations. We're doing pretty good. You can kind of check how you are with others. These two have bigger fleets than us, but which we want to go to war with them. You know what we can do now? We can declare our rivalry. This gives us extra influence, which we want because we want to fill out the rest of our empire. Let me say, I tend to like save every 10 years. It auto saves though, but
we have detected an anomaly.
It's like the early... Yep, we returned the cargo. The early game is starting to end as the borders are starting to kind of rub up against each other, and now it's kind of time to consolidate what we have.
Construction completed.
I don't really want to stop streaming. I'll keep streaming until I'm bored. You can come back later if you want.
Construction completed. A new world has been colonized.
Like I was refraining from playing this for a while. I gave in like a month ago, but I like this game. What should we build? Let's build an energy grid. That sounds good. We could use some more. Starting to lose on that, but I'd rather have money. Besides, we're going to get... Yeah, we'll build one on Hognai. Though that's good for research. Well, now we can build another sector. There we go. Sector should help out. Because that helps us manage it, because you can get another governor that'll have some benefits. That's a good mining planet. This one only has 10, but it has more stuff we can build on it. What's here? I think they gone to 2. Yeah, that's where we're going to build our next colony, definitely.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
What did we get? All right. Now we can get extra... Should we get better shields, or... I think let's get a little 5% extra research speed. I don't care if if nobody's going to talk back to me. I'm going to keep playing.
Construction completed. Construction completed.
Now, you could try and trade. Does anybody like us, though? I wonder if we can make a... Oh, we can just improve relations, but... Will they do it? Oh, we can do favors. Because we need consumer goods. Nope, they don't have any. Let's try and improve relations, because we're already rivals with these people. How do I recall the envoy? I guess we already did that. How do we stop harming the relations? I think we can just try it with the other empire. There we go. I think it would be prudent for us to build a starbase now, though.
The special project has concluded.
Yeah, space amoebas. Fascinating creatures. I don't want the upgrade they give, so we'll just make it easier to kill them, because there's another fleet right here. Maniacal. Oh, they get some extra research, but we're not using them for research. Living metal lakes. Investigation of the caverns below the surface of Regal 1 reveal them to be filled with a silvery liquid metal that flows from cavern to cavern in gleaming rivers, pooling out into underground lakes. More surprising still is the discovery that this metal substance shares many key properties with organic life forms, including responding to environmental stimulus and exhibiting self-sustaining processes. It remains to be seen whether this exceptional metal should be classified as truly alive, but it may have several practical applications for our engineering technology. That's another rare material.
Construction completed.
Let's build an observation post. Observation posts are good because they give you a whole bunch of extra research, and as you can see, society research is usually the hardest one to get. Oh, Galactic Community Forum. Never seen it before. It's part of the new update. As more and more spacefaring civilizations establish formal relations with one another, the galaxy is becoming a vibrant and lively place. To avoid tragic misunderstandings between nations, an increasing number of diplomats have called for the establishment of a new pan-galactic organization of community. A community, if you will, where the empires of the galaxy can meet and discuss important matters. Should the Pantheran pirates pledge support for the creation of a community? Sure, why not? I normally probably wouldn't. But, you know, I want to explore how it works, so. And the Raxodium, one of the leaders of their clans is left. We don't need him, so sorry. And on the base. Hey, awesome autocrat, how's it going? The archaeologists on the Star Petal have gathered sufficient clues and evidence to paint a reasonably clear picture of the station's final days. A stray asteroid impacted the station, knocking it into an orbit that would soon plunge it into Serpus 1's atmosphere. Station-keeping thrusters could not compensate, and the command staff soon issued an evacuation order. Unfortunately, the station only had enough escape pods to evacuate a fraction of its passengers. And Uni-class... Autocrat says university's closing in a few days, so yeah, stay safe. More time to watch my streams, I guess. I will say this is... On the bright side, the death rate from the regular flu is probably going to be at a record low since everyone's staying inside. A mass panic soon erupted. Those who were not trampled to death perished when the station's environmental systems failed as it drifted deeper into the gas giant. I used to think that when it didn't complete all of the levels of the archaeological site, it meant that like you kind of failed it. But no, apparently it's just certain missions are much shorter than others. And this is a new change. You can go back and read through them. You used to not be able to do that. Those little changes are just wonderful. What's my empire? My empire is we are the Pantheran Pirates. We are cat people. We are fanatic militarists, authoritarian, barbaric despoilers, and warrior cultures. We're a bandit kingdom. And we started out on, we're playing it, I'm streaming this because of the new update. So we started out on a ring world. So we're part of a gigantic, I'll show you, a giant ring planet, or a giant ring around the sun. And eventually I think we'll be able to fix it. The interloper inoperable damage. An immense band. This is irreparably damaged. Okay. The interloper. The charred, broken remains of what was once a planet. A massive energy surge has detonated the world's core, leaving only slabs of rock. It'd be cool when we are able to complete other sections of it, but I guess we can't fix this one. But that's just a whole bunch of minerals. We'll have to. We can't fix it until we get 10,000 alloys and the mega engineering research. Again, it would be so great if they could have let us choose whatever technology we wanted, so I could just be on a path to doing that. Because I would definitely go for that, especially now that we have some good weapons and armor. So what we're building right here is a research station, or is an observation post, which will observe. It's funny that the small section of ring you live on is still more space than a traditional planet. It's actually not, because this is all of the spaces we can build on. This is just a regular size planet. But anyways, the observation post, what the observation post lets us do is observe the alien race right here. Right now this is passive observation, so it gives us +8 society research. Now we can so basically this is like very, very secret, making sure that nobody on the planet is aware that we're spying on them and we're learning about their culture. Aggressive observation is the natives are aggressively studied and live specimens are frequently collected to learn as much as possible about their biology and culture. This can have some fun, I think they're more fun consequences, where it's like, oh, one of your scientists on the observation post went down to the planet and started making crop circles. So now the aliens are becoming spiritualists because they're forming a cult around you. We're going to do that. And then you can also do indoctrination of making them more like our culture. Well, they're very diverse. They have a wide diversity of pops. Yeah, you haven't played it in ages. The game's changed. Like, I remember back when I first got in 2017, they you could still choose how you approach faster than light travel, and it used to be you could do the hyperlane network, which is what everyone has now. You could just create wormholes, which would give you a space of planets around where the wormhole is, and you can travel each one of those. And if you want to go further, you'd build another one, or you could just do like a basic hyperdrive where you could travel to any planet you wanted, but at a slower speed. I think the new way, even though it took away choice, it's probably a lot better balanced. And again, controlling the choke points is a lot more of a fun mechanic. But if you have other ethics, you can you can choose to enlighten them technologically to get them to the space age so they become a spacefaring civilization. Or you can covert infiltrate them if you have the technology. And it means you appear as you do covert agents, and you can look like them and replace the world leaders, and you can annex them. That's really not necessary since it's so easy to conquer them. I wish it was slightly harder if they were like an early space age, but I'm not complaining that I can enslave these people pretty quickly. Maybe they'll just be resident, but oh yeah, let's do aggressive observation. We want to get as much society out of them as possible. Now it's plus 10.
We have detected an anomaly.
Wow, there's a long path up here on the north. Galactic north. But yeah, Autocrat, normally I play as a new Holy Roman Empire. I like to call the takeover the Half-Life approach. That's funny. I play as like a new Holy Roman Empire, and essentially we're authoritarian spiritualists and militarists. We're not that xenophobic. We're essentially like the Imperium of Man if it was toned down several notches. So like a less psychotic Imperium. An Imperium with a human face, as you will. Imperium of a civic Imperium. So the Empire from Doom. I haven't read Dune. I need to, but I know. Shut up. Gigantic skeleton. I don't see one on there. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Subterraneous 1A have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out Subterraneous 1A could have supported life on that scale at any point in the moon's history. Science officer Tiki Dakara has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery. See, another thing I really love about this game is that you can it can be as like small scale as that, of like, hey, our little research ship has discovered a giant skeleton, let's investigate it further, to massive interstellar warfare. You don't really get that too much with outside of when you're like colonizing the new world, I guess, is interesting. In EU4, you don't really get it too much in the other Paradox games. That's why this is my favorite. New contact. The Beldross Dynastic Union. Something I've found out, and I don't really like it, is that there will often be a lot of similarities between the spacefaring empires. Like, you might get one where there's a lot more of them that are like mega corporations, or a lot more that are democracies or more warlike. I don't know why. Like, I noticed there's always a pattern. I speak on behalf of the Beldros Dynastic Union, and I bring you greetings. Our great leader, High King Haskterag the First, is very pleased to have made contact with your unique species, and we look forward to an exchange of culture and ideas. They're an enlightened monarchy of honor-bound warriors. War Lady Seribisin Gritsu. Insahala. Because, like, I want a bunch of, like, weak democratic countries that I can just pirate off of. And that's the reason why I want to be part of the Galactic UN, despite losing some of my independence. Because I just think the idea of having a pirate empire in the UN is hilarious.
Construction completed.
Alright, let's try and take him down. The birth of the galactic community. This is a the Somalia approach, exactly. This is a historic day. Several of the galaxy's prominent spacefaring empires, including the Pantheran Pirates, have announced the creation of the galactic community. The supranational organization will serve as a forum involving the entire galaxy, where matters involving the entire galaxy can be discussed and decided upon. As one of the founding members, we can take pride in this milestone of galactic history. A great day for the galaxy. Now let's... Oh, there's the button. Could it be over here? Should we propose a resolution? We could propose an envoy, but I want to make sure we can get a trade deal with these fine folks down here. Well, we have somewhere in the middle of that galactic weight based on the fleet power, your population, your economy, and technology. The Senate floor, resolutions. Oh, what's fun is, where is it? But it's, you can decide, how new, you can try and decide how a new Senate president is elected, and it can be by trial by combat, which is great. Form galactic market. That's what I'd want to do. I don't think there's a lot of support for it, but wait, can we get rid of that? Okay, good. Does it cost anything to do that? Oh no, it costs some money. I'm just gonna reload because we just started it. Now let's save the game. It increases our diplomatic weight. Not right now. Oh, an autocrat, I hope you appreciate what we named some of our planets. We have Great Fang is our capital. Whisker Prime is our first colony. Grand Paw is our another one of our planets. And Hogni, which was suggested by my Icelandic friend Rex, which is apparently Tomcat in Icelandic. And we named our fleet after Aisha Clan from Outlaw Star because she's best girl. Too many waifus. Too many waifus. Because usually they'll propose an okay thing. And hey, here's the other. What are the other empires like? There's the Alvanian Hive, which is a hive mind of ugly humanoids. The Albanian. Oh, that means. Oh, interesting. Where are they? Because if there's two of these, that means there's another. One of their species declared independence. But where is it? Yeah, it's two. I guess that's interesting. There's the Star League. There's a humanoid. The Zini. There's some penguins. Okay, I know about these. The Puron and the Zinierni. And what's interesting about their planet is they were both... Because this is a scripted... these are scripted primitive civilizations. They both inhabit tomb worlds because they're both part of the same race because they're both humanoids, right? And they eventually went to war with each other and blew each other up, so now they're primitive. Who else is there? There's us, the best fluffy cats in the world. Oh yeah, we named our ships, if you don't know. Our ship class is the short hair and the fluffy tails. Alright. Alright, let's build a city. Research. Alright.
Construction completed.
We're gonna need more consumer goods soon. Let's build a planet. Let's build a starbase here. That we need to do I would love to do a group Stellaris game. Do it another time. And you can all play on my server because I'll create the server because with all the Paradox games, if you play multiplayer and you don't have all of the DLC, it plays with if another person does, then you play with that DLC on the multiplayer. What should we call this? This can be called like Westgate or the Western Fortress. Festung West, the German version. No, we'll call it the West Claw. Because we're going to start to run out of... Because I want to create... That can be like our fortress world.
We have detected an anomaly. Construction completed.
The United Quadranite Empire. Ooh. Can we use a few mods? Probably not. Unless it's just aesthetic looking. I don't like using mods. I'm very vanilla. Rummaging through the secure safes where the Star Petal's wealthiest clientele store their personal belongings has revealed a treasure trove of strange artifacts and jewelry. Perhaps most noteworthy among them is the Heart of the Pulsar, a unique diamond necklace quite famous in its day for having been worn by 5 different heads of state at the same time. It was very awkward. Yeah, planetary diversity could be good, but I think since I've never hosted a multiplayer game of this before, we'll just... I don't want to try anything too much. Oh, a bunch of these. Oh, lithoids. That's an ugly... That's generally how I decide when I play the game, as the Helium Empire, or I guess the Pantheran Pirates, how I'm going to treat any other alien races is, do they look nice enough, or do they look like normal enough? Like something like this, I'm not laying anywhere near my empire. You know, these, sure. These guys, we'll take them. Lithoids are cool. Birds, maybe. Basically, like, because And if you're really xenophilic in this game, and I guess in real life, one of your traditions can be, or one of your ascension perks at the end is you can actually interbreed with an alien race with xenocompatibility. The invention of universal sexual biology has revolutionized society, even if it requires awkward rotations to make a connection. Yeah. What it does is immigration pull plus 33% and allows crossbreeding between different species on the same planet, granting a 20% bonus to population growth speed on any planet owned with two different species. Additionally, crossbreeding will result in the creation of half species that take their portrait from one of the parent species, but get a mix of traits, one maximum trait point and one maximum traits. So basically, if you have, like us, the cat looking species, and a human, you can make cat girls real. So if we ever found Earth, you know what we're doing. We're making cat girls. Or if it's the canine, you can make like Holo from Spice and Wolf, which is based. Speaking of which, I do like Earth. There's a number of ways that Earth is in this, because that's why I always play just the 4-arm spiral galaxy, because that's the most like the Milky Way. Earth. I don't know if Earth is always on the map. Probably not always, but no, it's not always, but often Earth or the Sol system will be in the game, and the Earth will be at a varying level of technological progress. So it could be from just, oh, this is Earth during World War II, and like one of the armies you can be fighting against is like, you'll be fighting both against the Red Army and the Wehrmacht, or it'll be its own civilization, the United Nations of Earth. Alright, let's build another space station here. You can find Tomb World Earth, yeah. That's really depressing. This game is so good. This is a game where if you like this concept...
System survey concluded.
Oh, it's not a mod, Rex. Yeah, this is in the base game. Originally, it was a DLC. You had to buy humanoids DLC in order to get them, but it includes it so you can have space elves, space dwarves, space gnomes, and space orcs, and space cyclops. I don't even know about the base game because you never play a base Paradox game. What should we build? We need some more energy. I'll play for a little longer. Love's Labor's Lost. Having decrypted the signal, Tiki Takara was astonished to discover it was broadcasting in an archaic form of one of the main Pantheran languages, speaking in these, thous, and whence forced. Do we have Cat Shakespeare? It appears to be reciting one of the lost works of Gorib Skull, a renowned Pantheran playwright who lived 600 years. Yeah, this is Shakespeare. This is Cat Shakespeare. This is great. It appears that the broadcasting device, a simple satellite dish protected by a small shelter, is the only non-natural structure on the planet. There is no hint as to who left it there or why, but by going by the wear and tear on evidence, it must have been there shortly after the play was first written, long before the Pantheri, it's misspelled, the Patheri is our plural name, learned the secret of space travel. We can only assume it was left there by an ancient visitors to Great Fang, who took a liking to the play and decided to pay our species a strange and unexpected tribute. Awesome. What should we do? Further evidence of the superiority of the Pantheran race, or wonderful news, disseminate the recording across the nation. This, or 60 month, gives us extra unity and happiness. We're doing that, as opposed to just a lump sum.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Alright. Oh, we can now do living metal mega construction. That will take way too long. I think we're just gonna do, let's do carrier operations. Or no, let's do fusion missiles. Upgrade our missiles. Hopefully we can take out these guys. Because we have a bonus against them.
Completed.
As much as the visuals of this are really nice, you can't actually do much in the way of commanding your units, so it's much in the same way of EU4 and Hearts of Iron, but you at least get to look at the map and look at the actual battle unfolding. Yeah! And we get a whole bunch of extra money from killing these guys. Let's just buy up a whole bunch of these and these, because we have so much money. Now we don't have to worry about running out of any of this for a while. And let's colonize this as a friendly... that can be where the slaves live. Well, no, they're not really native to that. Let's build this as a North Paw. North Claw. I never met anyone who said they played Paradox game for the combat system. I mean in the sense of, like, say you're playing something like this reminds me of Star Wars Empire at War. That was actual just like real-time space combat. This one obviously doesn't, but it looks like it. Oh, more aliens. Hey, another small base. Oh, we lost a scientist. Uh-oh. Well, we're gonna have to keep rolling the dice. There we go. You're fired. You're fired. And let's get a governor. And yep, since we're going to be having slaves, this will be perfect. Yeah, imagine... No, I'm not saying... Imagine we get unwieldy when you start getting into larger scale wars. Oh, I'm not asking for that. I'm just saying it looks like real-time combat, but it isn't. But again, the visuals are very important to me. Oh, here's some of the... Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about the galactic community. The Readied Shield, this is what they're posing. The universe is a dangerous place, and communities should defend their worlds, whether it be against pirates, space creatures, or unknown. Ship upkeep, naval capacity up. Ship upkeep, diplomatic way. I think that's a good idea. Oh, you gotta go? See ya, Autocrat. I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna vote in favor of it. Yeah, that's good. I think it's good. No, they like us. They really like us because they're similar to us. Now, will they give us consumer goods? Because I recently realized it's better to have a lot of good trade than to try and form an autarky, or it's a lot easier than to try and be self-sufficient. No, they don't want to trade with us yet. Nope, they don't have enough of that, seems. But we could... They like us a lot, so is there anything we can do? We're too far away, and they are honor-bound warriors. Anything we can do with these guys? No. Well, we don't really need other people to like us very much, it seems. Yimkar regime. So around 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll stop the game. Colony development speed plus... let's just get this one anyways out of the... No, we'll put it off again. Because let's get colonies developed faster.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Alien Zoo, planetary... We didn't even get planetary unification yet. This gives us 2 extra... That's why we haven't been getting our traditions as fast as normally. Hey, they owe us a favor. Yeah, I don't like any of these other ones. Yeah, not doing habitability. Absolutely not. I think you can leave the... Yeah, you can leave the galactic community. That'll be good if too many if too many of these like have negative effects, then it'd be good to be able that I like that you can leave, and you can also choose whether or not to join it in the first place. It's not. I guess it's not time for the community yet.
Anomalous readings registered.
I am scared that the Khan's gonna come. But we don't have to worry. But it's actually not that bad if you're a vassal. You can just surrender.
Construction completed.
Alright. Migration treaty doesn't mean a damn thing to us. When we unleash ourselves upon the world. I mean the galaxy. Oh boy. Yeah, they have a bigger fleet than us. Probably not for too long.
System survey concluded.
Because I want bigger fleets. Communications with the artisan troop. Okay, cool. They help us with our culture. A visitor. This is a joyous occasion indeed. Oh, forgive my manners. I believe an introduction is an order. We are the artisan troop. Our members have dedicated their lives to the pursuit of art, music, and culture, and all the other things that make existence bearable to a sapient being. Please, if you would like to share in the wonder of our creations, please do not hesitate to contact us. Nice.
Construction completed.
Galactic Senate is now in session. Galactic community is now voting on a resolution to decide whether or not it will become galactic law. And the ready shield? Alright, good. I am already in favor of it. Nobody is opposing. That is good. So you can already set how you'd feel about the resolutions. You know, it'll be a dick move when we attack the LeChuck's regime. Because we are going to at some point. Oh yeah, we need to enslave some people. But we still want their societal research. Interstellar technologist, stupid Federation. There we go. Fleet command limit up. Nice. Let's build some more ships. Silicon Life. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to skip that.
Construction completed.
Build an extra city district so we can get some more housing. Sell this. We should build a should definitely build some storage units because we'll need them because we have so much minerals.
Completed.
Maybe we can okay, let's try and trade that with them. Get some extra money. Can we get consumer goods yet? No. We can get some alloys from. Let's see if we can get some credits. Nope, they won't give us any credits. Never mind. How many alloys will they give us? 7 per month. Alright. And let's give them some food. And minerals. There we go. Alright, we get some extra allies now. That's good. That's good. Because, you know, the reason why you don't really want to use your own marketplace immediately, or marketplace, and it's much better to trade with others, with other nations, is that you get there's a huge market fee that gives you a big, like, it's very inefficient trade within your own market. How many have we found everybody yet? There's 11 of us. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it seems like it. We haven't found any ancient civilizations yet. That's interesting. So yeah, round 8, so 45 minutes left. And we'll play it again, definitely.
Concluded.
Maybe we can establish a base here. Probably not.
Ship upgrades applied.
Oh, the Glorfip is now our rival. Who cares? We're far away from them, does not matter. Let's defend this thing up. Missile battery.
Construction completed.
Are you about done with 38 months left? We'll wait until then. We'll upgrade the ship and then we'll attack, because it's still nice to get that big bonus to um, societal research. Ethic changes. On that, several of our abduction teams stationed on the observation post above Tiblik 3, or Tiblik 1, have apparently been using thrusters. Oh yeah, this is the crop circle. Have been using the thrusters of their shuttles to burn large circles and complex patterns into the crop fields belonging to the primitive Ronzar that are indigenous to the planet. The shuttle crews have been severely reprimanded for this prank, but the crop circles appear to have taken on some sort of religious significance for the natives. A new religion has formed based on these patterns, and it is gaining popularity among the Ronzar at an alarming rate. So that basically means the Ronzar are going to become more spiritualist. Because all religions apparently are just the same. The planet produces some minerals? Oh, rare crystals? That's great. Oh, we need to get that shit, that stuff very quickly, as soon as we can.
System survey concluded.
Oh, whoops, we didn't finish that.
Construction completed.
No, never mind. We forgot to do that. Oh well.
Colony establishment has begun. Construction completed.
Bureaucratic center. Okay. Yeah, there's different types of worlds that will give benefits, and you can change it at any time, which is nice. So, like, mining world will increase mining output. Bureaucratic center, that's a new one. Entire world dedicated to the ever-expanding needs of the bureaucracy. So basically just paper mills and offices. That sounds miserable.
A new world of opportunities awaits. Construction completed. Knowledge is the key to the universe.
We don't really need extra food. Administrative capacity plus 5%, that's good. That's pretty good. We need that.
Construction completed.
Excuse me. Let's build another trade. There's not that many trading sectors or trade value anywhere around here. There's some up here. I wish we had a little more, but
System survey concluded.
you know what we'll do? We'll end the stream after
Research concluded.
we're close to getting to invading Tiblik. Once we're finished with that, then we'll end the stream.
Construction completed.
Great Fang needs... We need more workers. Can we build that yet? No, we'll have to just build a city segment. Senate ends the session. Oh. What should we build? Let's build more civilian industry here. No, it should not be a... Oh, wait. Actually, yeah, let's build a research here. Oh, we need the administration on the planet. Yeah, we can just build that for now and then build it.
Construction completed.
Oh, a lot of stuff coming up.
We are being hailed.
Oh.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
The Lachax regime wants us to form a defensive pact. We would not want to drag your empire into a conflict, but it is clear we would benefit from joining it. I think we should agree. We should have at least one friend in the galaxy. Alright. This is also good because then it's about time we can start upgrading our ships. Should we get the cruiser? I think we should get destroyers first. But we'll not... Alright, time to upgrade the ships.
We are being hailed.
Hey, passed. Yay. We have much to learn from one another, Pantherin. We propose the creation of a research agreement. Sure. Yeah, the agreements start coming in clumps. Make the fleet's a little bigger, so it'll be... And we don't have to really worry about this quite yet because...
We are being hailed.
Sure.
Ship upgrades applied.
Because we'll be getting the technology soon to fix this.
A new world has been colonized.
Yay! Now we actually could build some farms here, so let's do that. And that passed. I think let's form the galactic market. Well, that's the Q.
Construction completed.
Oh wait, we have
A new world has been colonized.
Let's get down here. That's really good because we're gonna bombard the planet. Alright, time to go. Here's our pirate fleet. Oh, we still have our frigate. You'll eventually get technologies that increase how fast you can travel between segments. It's not so much the traveling across the system. It's it's like it takes a bunch of time to warp between them. Oh, got some refugees. Refugees from a violent culture. Let's let them in. Actually, it's probably a good idea. Transports carrying a large number of Raxcodium refugees have crossed into our spaces in the direction of Raxcodium marauders. These exiles have apparently been expelled from the decrepit space stations they once come home in some sort of ritual designed to act as a means of population control in times of limited resources. They have been allowed to settle on Great Fang. What do you mean allowed to? Whoever's running that station, Oh, it's only one pop. They're planetoids. They don't have a planet there. They're extremely adaptable. I don't like to have any of them on our actual, planet. So we're going to resettle them from Great Fang to here. They're unemployed. I don't care. You can be farmers. They'll just be resident. It doesn't matter. There's such a small number of them. Oh, I think we will be able to colonize here. That'll be really good. If not, oh well, we'll still have a bunch of planets around here. Or a bunch of systems. We'll transfer our trade station over to here because then we can just make its reach longer. Oh, there's a planet there.
System survey concluded.
Arctic world. They entered into a defensive pact. Okay. How are we doing in terms of power compared to others? We're equivalent with them now. That's good. That's good. And their fleets tend to be kind of stupid anyways, so...
Research concluded. Evasive maneuvers.
Ooh, nice. We'll be able to take them out and get 2 planets.
Construction completed.
I'm just playing on normal difficulty. I don't think anybody plays on different difficulties in a Paradox game, as far as I'm aware of. Alpine World. Dang it. Senate is now in session. That reduces... that absolutely not. Oh. Fine. Time to leave the... Time to leave. Time to Brexit out of here. That's gonna suck. That's gonna... a little more production, but we're gonna have to... You need more consumer goods. Oh, we're there. Time to... Oh, crap, we forgot. Oh, wait, we have a... If only we had a habitable... a colonized planet right over here. And we're good at fighting, too. Alright. Well, sorry, Tiblik Ronzon. I'm very sorry. Kaboom. And indiscriminate bombardment. We don't want too many of them. Planetary invasion has begun. The first nuggets? We're fighting chicken nuggies.
Completed.
Yes. This is a perfect choke point. I'm very happy here.
System survey concluded.
Extra administration power. That's good. We should do that. Because we need more, apparently. Maybe we should stop expanding so fast. After this one, we won't do any more.
Construction completed.
Oh, but I like bombarding the planet. It's fun. We'll do it for a little bit. Yeah, we're getting a bunch of penalties. We should stop expanding so fast. Well, our soldiers need a good fight anyway. Oh! We found an abandoned Rexcaudium habitat. We have discovered the remains of a half-finished Rexcaudium space habitat around Solsta 3. Beside our borders. Eventually, at some point, they tried to establish a permanent pleasant, but for whatever reason, this endeavor was abandoned. Due to its close proximity to Solsta 3, the unfinished habitat eluded detection during our initial survey of the system. It's more than a little dense collection of space junk. We can't like inhabit it. Oh well. But there are a lot of valuable minerals, which we do not need in any way at all. Science team has returned. Sadly, the wrecked starships were too badly damaged, but we get some of this extra insights. And there's a excavation place right there. Could just abduct them too. Raiding. Yeah. Are we done building up our armies yet? Well,
construction completed.
I think that's all we really need. It's time to invade the planet. Here we can see it.
Are making planetfall.
Yeah, see how easy this is. It's a primitive army. Noticeably less visually interesting than the space combat, but oh, we lost a scientist. They died at 88.
War report. Enemy planet secured.
Oh, more factions. Subjugating primitives. Our armies have successfully invaded and subdued the primitive forces on Tiblik 3. The locals have given up all attempts at fighting back, and we have now subsumed their civilization to our empire. Although backwards as they are, it may take some time for the natives to become fully productive members of Pantheran society. So they get a culture shock which really hurts them for a while, but alright. Let's just get a new scientist here. But that's the stream. That was a nice long stream. We'll definitely do this again. We'll continue from this game, maybe. Tomorrow we'll be playing a little bit of Hollow Knight. Thank you for coming, everybody. God bless, and have a good night. And stay safe.